Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, and for those who don't know me, my name is Spencer. Um, I'm just starting out this YouTube channel. Um, it's going to be mainly fitness, motivation, and mental health. Today I wanted to start off the videos on my channel talking about a story that's kind of brought me to where I am today. I have a long way to go, but it could have ended a long time ago. Um, I'll try and keep it short for you guys, but essentially, this story is going to be about when I was at the lowest of lows in my life. Long-term girlfriend and I had broken up. It was probably a few months after that, and I was feeling as worthless as I had ever felt before. I didn't really have much going for me. I wasn't really doing much with my life. Um, and I just felt like I was a burden on everybody around me. Um, so, hopefully that'll set the scene for you, but essentially I was in probably one of the darkest places I've ever been in my life. Um, I was hopeless, and essentially I was planning to off myself, and this is the first time I've ever talked about it publicly. Only a few family members know about the story, but essentially, I had written letters to each and every one of my loved ones, explaining to them what had happened, why I was about to do what I was gonna do, what they meant to me, how much I loved them, etc. So my plan was to, go off one day randomly without saying anything and wrap my car around the closest concrete pillar on the highway and without a seatbelt to try and ensure that I did not survive. Well, before I was about to do that, probably about 30 minutes before I was going to do that, I went to the local grocery store to get myself my favorite snacks and sodas from my childhood. And while I was in that store, I was fortunate enough to see this old lady. Um, I didn't know it at the time, but after we interacted, I had found out that she had a terminal illness and was going to die soon. Um, but she was there with the nurse. Her nurse was around the corner of the aisle looking at something, and she was coming into the aisle I was in, and she had dropped her basket with a bunch of different stuff in it. And when I saw that, my reaction was to turn and start chasing these fucking cans all around the aisle like a freaking idiot, um, just so I could, help this lady because she was elderly and clearly needed some help. And when I had done that, she had said to me something that changed my life. And she had said, "Thank you so much." I'm paraphrasing here. "Thank you so much. Um, I'm terminally ill. I don't have much longer to live. But it's helped me appreciate the little things in my life, such as you helping me right now." And then she said, this is word for word, "Sometimes people just don't realize the impact of the little actions that we take for other people." And from that moment on, I was fighting tears because here I was thinking I was worthless. I was a pain in the ass to everybody around me. I didn't have anything to give the world. And the second that happened, I, helped make sure she was alright, had everything in her basket, and I just fucking put my snacks and my bottles of root beer over onto the shelf. I didn't even fucking buy them, and I just walked right out of the store like a swift speed walk, because I was fighting tears, and I had just gone to my car, and I cried for about 2 hours. And those little words that lady had told me saved my life. Um, from that point on, I realized, even if it's something as small as making somebody laugh, or, making sure somebody's all right, or going out of your way to help somebody, I realized that, everybody has the chance to have value in the world. And that's just aside from the innate God-given talents that each and every single person has. Whether you know it or not, you have a talent and you can find it, and sometimes that takes time. But when you do, and sometimes it's a talent that you would never even have thought you'd have. But when you find it, that will really unlock your ability to make the world a better place. So that was a few years ago, but that brings me down to today. And, I've been on and off struggling with some mental illness. And essentially, it's brought me to today where I've started running. Previously, my mom had done this event called the Relay for Life. Essentially what it is an event that goes for, I want to say 24 hours, something like that, where people will raise money for cancer research and treatment. And I remember when I was young, I was a kid, my mom had done it on 2 separate occasions. I think the first time she ran something like 49 miles in 18 hours. And I want to say 55 in 18 hours the second time. And that's one of the things I'm most proud of that my mom has ever done. Frequently it brings me to tears sometimes just talking about it. And because I've gotten into running recently, my goal was originally to be able to run the Boston Marathon in 2025. But now my goal is to run the relay with my mother. She's getting up there. She's not old yet, but she's in her 50s, so she's still got some left in the tank. But that's my goal. I figured if she could do 50-something miles, I had about 10 months to start training. I could beat that. So I set myself a lofty target of 69 miles. Yes, I know, a little bit silly, but that's the point. So my goal is 69 miles in about 18 hours. And that is my goal purely just because I realize that if I can do that, no matter what struggle or problems or issues I have in life, I'll always be able to sit and look back at that and be like, damn, you ran this many miles in how long? And now you're depressed over some girl or some job opportunity you didn't get or whatever the fuck it might be. And at the same time, posting my workouts and my runs, people have told me that it helps them a lot and it motivates them to be better. And even though it's just a small handful of people that have said that, that's keeping me motivated. It's keeping me from wanting to quit because I'm making an impact on people's lives. So essentially, the whole message of this video is chase after your goals. Be good to other people because you don't really know the impact that you have on their lives. Just one simple sentence of kindness saved my life. So imagine what your goals and your ambition can do for others. So I'm going to be updating frequently on my goal in the next 10 months. If that's something that you fuck with, then feel free to subscribe, like, share. Any support helps. Eventually, as I get into more shape, I'd like to start raising money for cancer for the relay. So details will come out on that eventually. But if you made it this far, then thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something. Have a good one.